This is where we left off last time. Stringers are done, sealed. I have a nice floor storage box here that I definitely want to take advantage of, but that's ugly. So, made a little false floor panel, and you go ahead and mount in there. I do have some of this foam left, so I'm going to go ahead and insulate underneath of it. We'll have a foot of insulation on each side, a couple inches of insulation on the bottom. It should keep ice for a while if you want to make a little fish box or something out of it. Also have the gas tank going in. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and just cut up some scrap pieces of Coosa board, the 1.5" Blue Water 26 transom board that I had left over from a previous project. Put about 3 layers of glass on top of it, and then just buttered it all up with some resin just to seal it up a little more. I know it doesn't absorb, but every little bit helps. So plan, got that marked in the front, middle, and center. Glass these in down there. And we've got some tie down mounts that are the same height that were measured out. And those will get screwed in to the sides here and hold that tank down. So let's get started. So this coffin was custom sized for that fuel tank that we have. If you recall from the teardown videos, poly tank, it's only a few years old. It's a little dirty on the outside, but inside it's clean. And I'm gonna go ahead and reuse it. Got these, like I said, they are leftover 1.5" Blue Water 26 Coosa board. I have cut them to the exact size. Obviously this one's the front one. So these will fit down into these pre-marked spots, and then the tank will sit. The tank will sit right on top of these and give it a nice little hold. Yeah. There it goes. There, goodness, okay. Didn't have them backwards after all. I just have a little lump of glass right here that it was catching on. So anyways, these are insanely strong already. These Blue Water 26 panels are pretty strong. There's 3 layers of 1708 on top of these. They're not going anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and putty them in, put a little tabbing glass on each side, and then the brackets will screw down. Tank will screw down to that. Not going anywhere. Test fit the tank in here one more time just to make sure. Set those down. Boop, perfect. This has just a little bit of play forward and back. This tank is already expanded. It's had fuel in it before, so I know there's a concern with these poly tanks to allow 2 to 3% for expansion the first time you put fuel in them. So that's already happened. These are the molar tie downs, so these will just fit right down there. And I'll get a close up of that in 1 second. How those fit. I had 3 of them. I needed 4. So I went ahead and made one. This is just some aluminum flat bar that I measured to be the same size as these. If anything, this is actually thicker than those. So I just measured it out, put it in the vise, bent it over, bang it down with the hammer, and I'm gonna pre-drill a few holes in there, but it fits perfectly as well. So in lieu of spending $40 on 4 more of these brackets when I need 1, I just made one because that's what we do. I want to also confirm that yes, this will work with the fill, because the console is going to be right here. The console I'm using has the gas fill. It's going to be right on the side of the console, and there's going to be a hole in the floor. So I've got enough room for that to clear, I'm going to just put an access hole underneath the console, run the pipe straight up into the side of the console. So I'm going to need about 1.5 foot of fuel hose. For the vent and the fuel supply, I'm going to drill through these bulkheads here and put some grommets in there, and then I can run that straight back to the transom. All right, go ahead and pull the tank out so we can show the rest. So basically, these are just going to be mounted like that. So I'm going to run some tabbing on here, glue these down, put some putty down these corners, make sure those are locked down. Maybe put a little bead of 5200 underneath of them. Haven't exactly decided yet, but I'm not worried about this tank going anywhere. It's going to fit in there pretty snug. So before we do that, though, I'm going to pull all this out. We're going to work on that false floor on that front storage box. So reason why I wanted this stuff out of the way, so I can get down here and work. Now I measured this panel pretty accurately, down to about 1/8 of an inch. Wrote all the measurements right on the foam as I was cutting it. Did a little final trimming and shaping, and once I move that level and it drops in there, it's pretty dang hard to get out. You got to use a knife or something to poke down a little slit, try and wedge it out. Then I still want water to be able to get from here out without completely soaking the foam. And I also want to be able to drain anything in this compartment out as well. So found me a piece of heavy duty live well hose, put a T-fitting on there, and over drilled the hole on that panel about 1/4 inch. Did a dry fit, set it in there, made sure that it lined up perfectly. So when I pour the foam in there, drop this panel in, I'm not fighting with it too hard. I don't think I'm gonna need too much of this foam. So I'm just gonna mix it up in 1 quart or 1 tub. Probably, let's say about 8 to 10 ounces of each. It's probably gonna be more than I need. Find out. So I'm just gonna mix it up in the 1 tub and then just stir it together and dump it. We'll go 10. Up to 20. A lot warmer today than it was the other day when I mixed this. It's probably going to kick off a little quicker, so I'm going to go ahead and move this tripod while I can. Okay, we're moved. Still stirring and mixing. And I think we're going to go ahead and put a little down, kind of down each side, let it run towards the middle some. And, well, just kind of, ain't much you can do with it. It's going to go where it's going to go. Oh, started feeling foamy. Here it goes. Never looks like too much until it starts expanding. Okay, see what it does. Well, it appears that it filled up the bottom pretty good. It's starting to come out of this drain just a little, but didn't quite come up out of the sides, so I think I still got a little air in there. So I'm going to go ahead and mix a few more ounces up and just pour it down into these seams and go ahead and clean it up. I want to make sure it's good and full down in there. All right, I feel better now. Does anybody else feel like they can't use this foam without just making a mess? So yeah, put about, what was it, 8 ounces. Just dumped it all around these corners. Use that spreader to just push it up into the corners, and as it started seeping out, just kind of scraped along, cleaned it up, put it in the cup, and just stuck the fan on it for now just to let it cool off, and I'm gonna walk inside for an hour and let it just finish up. Went ahead and cleaned that mess up. It's looking pretty good. Still got a little bit of residue on there, but you can glass over this foam. It's not going to melt or anything like that. I'm going to tab these in. It's not going to be the strongest bond ever because there's a little bit of foam residue there, but not the end of the world. It's not going anywhere. It's the inside of a storage box, so I'm not going to sweat it. So glass that in. I'm doing that. Ooh, trip. Set these in place and in order where they're going. So I'm going to go ahead and bond them in as well, and probably walk away for the night. Come back in the morning. It is the next day. Come back out, cleaned up the tabs, sanded them down just a little bit. Got the edges. Set the tank in place with the brackets on, and then stuck that pen on a little tube there and set it down in beside the tank and marked all the holes. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill those out now. Scoop some 5200 in there and go ahead and install this tank. Actually using 4200 because that's what I had a little bit left over of, and maybe it's been in the refrigerator, but pretty gummed up. Get in here to anything. Well, I mean, it's a drill through the side of it. So we'll just do it that way. Really tempting fate here, no gloves on. Smear some in each one of these holes. We're not really trying to lock it down with this. We just want to be able to seal them up, just to keep water from getting in there. Get that over here out the way. Not much on me, a little smidge here. All right, so the homemade bracket goes up there. The other three doesn't matter. These are just number 10, 1-inch stainless screws. Tricky part here is you gotta have a little extension or a couple of them linked together if you're gonna try and do this, because not, you may not be able to reach. Crap, dropped one. So I put 3 layers of glass on top of these brackets. Plus then I had a little extra resin last night, so I put 2 layers of tabbing. So these screws are going through 5 layers of 1708 and, you know, about 3/4 of an inch into some 26-pound density Coosa board. I'm not worried about these pulling out. It's gonna be 12 screws holding this thing down. It ain't coming out. Ow. I'm gonna let you know, I probably just cut about 4 minutes of video out of this clip as I stabbed myself in the finger with a shard of fiberglass sticking up and then fidgeted with this stupid screw trying to get it in to start it. Now that it's lined up, the other 2 should go right in. Like that. Not always rainbows and puppy dogs around here. And I just dropped the screw under the gas tank. So, in about, I don't know, a couple months, I'm looking around going, where the hell did that screw come from? That's where. When it drains itself out of the bilge. Yeah, that doesn't feel good one bit. Anyways, there, bolted down. This thing is not moving. I am not worried about that one bit. So let me clean up and wash my hands and move on to the next. And we're looking a little different. I went ahead and rolled some bilge paint in each of these. Finish it off a little bit. It's looking nice. That is a piece of 3/4 inch, 26-pound Coosa board. Had 4 layers of 1708 on the top, 2 on the bottom. It was actually a small cutout from Aquasport that I did before. So use that as a bilge mounting pad. Just 5200 of that down. Rolled some bilge paint all over it. Seal that up. It's looking good. And the drain, I found this little drain plug, happens to fit perfectly in that little T connector. So I just cut that flush and sanded it down a little bit so it's not, you know, sticking up proud. So the water should have a drain out of there. And getting closer to buttoning this thing up. And as you can see, yeah, she is buttoned up and a lot more. Floor is on, boat's upside down, sanded down the bottom, got her in primer now. So lots more coming up. I am trying to do a better job of getting these videos out. Yeah, it takes a little time, obviously, to get these edited and posted, but working on that. So stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, all the things that I ask you guys to do every week or 2 weeks or, you know, whenever I can get these out. Appreciate every single one of you, like I like to say every time, and we'll talk soon, guys.